Frank Zybach, inventor, Columbus. Frank Zybach was born in Oregon in 1894. His family moved to Columbus, Nebraska soon after his birth. Frank quit school in the 7th grade so that he could help his father, a blacksmith and farmer. He began inventing in his teens when Frank invented and patented a driverless tractor that plowed concentric circles. Many other inventions followed, but one of Zybach's inventions changed farming methods forever and made possible the tremendous increase in productivity that is still evolving today.
So in terms of irrigation, as we understand the story, I think it was 1947, he's in Strasburg, Colorado, he's watching a demonstration on a wheat farm, and these folks are having to move that pipe every time they get a section of that field irrigated, and he says, yeah, I could probably do something better than that.
Within a year of seeing the demonstration in Colorado, Frank built the first center pivot irrigation system. This system pivoted around the wellhead that supplied the water and used the power of the water to move itself. He applied for a patent on his Zybach self-propelled sprinkling apparatus in July 1949. In 1952, the patent was issued. In September of 1954, Zybach and his partner A.E. Trowbridge agreed to license the center pivot irrigation patent to businessman Robert Doherty.
Bob Doherty in the early 1950s had a small manufacturing company in Valley, Nebraska. And as a result of the farm recession in the early 1950s, Bob was looking for products to diversify his product offering. And as a result of that initial meeting became the deal where Frank licensed the patent to Bob Doherty, and basically an industry was created in a short time thereafter, an industry that's now helped to feed the world for over 60 years and has changed the face of agriculture as we see it today.
In 1968, Valley Manufacturing changed its name to Valmont. By 1975, there were about 1,100 Valmont center pivot systems being used in Nebraska. By 1990, virtually all of the center pivots employed worldwide were produced by Nebraska's 5 manufacturers.
The impact of that one invention on this state's economy over the last, 60 years, I don't know how you'd ever put a number on it.
Today, pivots water more than 5 million of the state's irrigated acres. New technologies and farming methods continue to improve water use efficiency, making Nebraska an important part of the future of feeding the world.
We've all seen those projections about how many people will be on the face of the planet in 20, 30, 40, 50 years, and you think about how are we going to feed those. Obviously, Nebraska is pretty uniquely positioned to be a part of that. There's no way Frank could have envisioned that in the late 40s and early 50s, and probably wouldn't have changed anything if he did. But you look at the head start that he and other pioneers in this industry gave us, and that's part of why Nebraska is positioned to do what we believe it will do in these next decades, and really have an extraordinary impact on the lives of people, not just here, but again, globally.
Zybach died in 1980, but his basic technology has, without a question, changed the way the world farms.
So I was 12 years old when my great-grandfather passed away, but he made a lasting impression on me. I remembered him as a kind, humble, gracious, and intelligent man. I always looked forward to seeing him when he came to visit California every winter for a week or two. He enjoyed tinkering and inventing things and trying to figure out how things worked. Despite his lack of formal schooling, he was described as a genius in mechanics and hydraulics. I recall my grandmother, his daughter, telling me how excited she and her sister were when he invented a walking doll for them to play with, which he made using alarm clock parts. He invented many things over the years, but his most successful by far was the center pivot irrigation, which revolutionized farming not only in Nebraska but all over the world. I always smile when I see the distinctive green circles when I'm flying over farmland, and I can't help but tell the people sitting near me about the circles of my great-grandfather. I am honored and proud to accept this award for Frank Zybach on behalf of his family, which includes 11 grandchildren, 20 great-grandchildren, and even great-great-grandchildren, including my daughter, Madison, who is here tonight.